lecture on rainwater harvesting, and I am Shaktivel, Assistant Professor from the Department of Civil Engineering, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. Water is the most abundant thing in the earth. The earth comprises of three parts of the water and also the one parts of the land. Since water has been used for the various purposes and the water is needed for a survival and performance of the all living organisms including plants, animals and humans. Have you ever imagined a day without a water? No, we haven't. And it's difficult to believe that we are all use water for a variety of purposes daily, including cleaning, washing, bathing, cooking, drinking, and other domestic and industrial activities. The ecosystem's most valuable, necessary, and an abiotic part is water. Today, we are all on the verge of water shortages, owing primarily to a lack of water management and the contamination of the water bodies. So, since here and we are in the lack of water, since what about the groundwater table? So it has been some areas it has been below the 500 feet, and it is in some areas it has been below the 1000 feet, and below the 1000 feet or a 500 feet the water that we have been used, it will be of a hard water that has a lot of the salt content in it, and it will be a hard water. And why we are using the soft waters? So the soft waters, since we are using the soft waters, it has been available in the lake and also from the rivers and as a rainwater has. And since and also the contamination of the water bodies. So for an example, we will take the Noyal River in a Tripur district. Once upon a time, it is a completely it will be a very greenery area. And nowadays, due to the contamination of the water bodies from the dyeing industries, so the area has been completely wasted, and we can't use the land also for an agriculture purposes and for an other purposes. So due to the water contamination, so the impurities from the water has been penetrated into the land, and also it destroys the land. So the contamination of water bodies also causes the lack of a water, and also the causes the some diseases and some unwanted problems to the humans and also other living organisms. So instead of wasting a water, let us begin conserving it for future. To overcome the above issues, we are in the need of a rainwater harvesting. Some of the contents that we have seen in this video is a rainwater harvesting and how to harvest the rainwater and why do we harvest rainwater. So that is the need of the rainwater harvesting and advantages of the rainwater harvesting and also the disadvantages of rainwater harvesting. What is a rainwater harvesting? Rainwater harvesting is a simple method or a technology that collects, stores, conveys, and purifies the rainwater that run off of the rooftops, parks, and the highways, open fields, and other surfaces for the latter use. Since we can collect the rainwater in a underground tanks or a sumps, so that we can use it for a later use for an irrigation systems and also for a bathing and also for a washing of clothes and etc etc. And in some cases, if we can't able to collect the rainwater in an underground sumps, we can collect it in a rainwater harvesting pit. From the pit has been created and it has been filled with the stones and also the sand, and the rainwater has been allowed to enter into it, and it will increases the groundwater table for some extent, so that the groundwater table has been recharged and it can be used for a further purposes. How to harvest the rainwater? Some of the terms that we have been used in the rainwater harvesting, and we can see now. And the catchment is a device that collects and stores the rainwater. The harvested water is transported from the catchment to a recharge zone through a conveyance systems, and the conveyance system is nothing that the pipes and the other things that is used to transport the water from one place to another. And the flush is the term that is used to describe the process of flushing out the first round of a rain. Since the first round of the rain, it includes the impurities from the atmosphere, and the filter is used to filter and extract the pollutants from the collected rainwater, and then the filtered water is then stored to the tanks and also the recharge systems, and we can use it for further purposes. And look at this figure. Since there is a rain, due to the rain it has been run off from the roof, and the gutters has been used to collect the rainwater, and it has been transported to the piping. From that piping it has been connected with the filter here. So here there is a filter, and that filter filters the impurities, and it has been transferred that rainwater to the storage tanks. From that storage tank, we can pump the rainwater for the various purposes like garden watering, toilet flushing, car washing, and then clothes washing. Now look at this figure, and from this house we can collect the rainwater through the gutters, and it has been transferred through the pipe to the filter, and from that filter it has been recharged at the underground sump, and that water has been used for the various plants and vehicle washing and etc and etc. The another form of water has been filtered and transferred to the recharge pits. It will be of a reused oil barrels with their bottom cut open. So the bottom will be open in these cases, and the excess water from the outflow stream that has been transferred outside through that of the drain. So in these cases, the water has been transferred through the ground and it reaches the bottom of your bore wells, and it recharges the underground water, so that the water from the bore well has been pumped through the overhead tank, that is the pure water, and we can use it for the various purposes. Since the recharge pit comprises of a three layers. Bottom layer it will be of a 40 mm to an 80 mm aggregates, and above that layer it will be of a gravel, and above that there will be of a fine sand. When the rainwater enters into this, it filters the impurities and transfer it to the ground. In that ground, due to the percolation of water, it absorbs the minerals from the ground and makes it the water as a pure water, and it enters into the borewells. So the height of the recharge pit below the ground level, it will be of a 2 feet deep. How to harvest the rainwater? The rainwater harvesting is a method of collecting and storing the rainwater using an artificially engineered systems that run off naturally or a man-made catchment areas such as a rooftops. The catchment area is the rooftop, and also the compounds, compound walls, and also the rock surfaces, hill slopes, and artificially repaired impervious or a semi-pervious land surfaces. Factors play a vital role in the amount of the water harvested. Some of these factors are the quantum of runoff, the amount of the runoff, and features of the catchment, impact on the environment, availability of the technology, the capacity of the storage tanks. Smaller storage tanks leads to the smaller amount of the water has been stored, and the remaining it has been wasted. Types of the roof, its slope, and its material, the frequency, quantity, and quality of the rainfall, since the Sirabunji in India has the highest rainfall in an India, and the speed and ease with which the rainwater penetrates through the subsoil to recharge the groundwater, how this water has been penetrated into the subsoil and recharges the deep well foundations or some water tables. And why do we harvest the rainwater? The rainwater collection system is one of the most widely used and followed approaches for the water conservation. The scarcity of the good quality of water has become the major source of concern in the recent years. The rainwater, on the other hand, may be used for an irrigation, washing, cleaning, bathing, cooking, and other livestock needs, and if it is a pure and of a good quality. The various advantages of rainwater harvesting includes less cost, helps in reducing the water bill, and decreases the demand for a water, and reduces the need for an imported water, and promotes both water and also an energy conservation, and improves the quality and quantity of the groundwater, does not require a filtration system for a landscape irrigation. This technology is relatively simple, easy to install and operate, and it reduces the soil erosion, stormwater runoff, flooding, pollution of the surface water with fertilizers, pesticides, metals, and other sediments. And it is an excellent source of a water for a landscape irrigation with a no chemicals and a dissolved starch and free from all minerals. The disadvantages of the rainwater harvesting, it includes the regular maintenance is a required and requires some technical skills for installations. Limited and no rainfall can limit the supply of a rainwater. If not installed correctly, it may attract mosquitoes and other waterborne diseases. One of the significant drawbacks of the rainwater harvesting system is storage limits. Some water has been stored and some has been discharged to the other parts. So that is the storage limits is the disadvantage. I hope you understand about the rainwater harvesting. Thank you.